Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Comcast is losing subscribers, not just for TV, but for internet. If they don't figure something out, they're going to be in real trouble. Don't confuse things. Comcast is not in a very good position right now, because Peacock is even losing subscribers at the moment. The Roku channel also is adding 3 new channels. We got these stories and a whole lot more coming up as we break down everything happening in the world of cord cutting. If you want to learn more about anything I talk about, I'll put links to each story I break down in the pinned comment and in the show notes. You can find a link there, read it for yourself, and let me know what you think. If you like what we do here, every Monday through Friday we post videos like this, plus breaking news, reviews, how-tos, and more. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. All right, let's dive into it. Comcast lost over 419,000 TV customers and 120,000 internet customers in the second quarter of 2024. It's just in 3 months. That works out to be 4,604 TV customers every single day. That's shocking. I won't lie, that's pretty shocking. Now, of course, Comcast has a spin on it, but it gets a little bit worse here because Peacock's subscriber decline has happened. They've lost subscribers. Now they're saying, oh, we made more money. Yeah, you raised the price, but you lost subscribers with that. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this because they're losing subscribers on their streaming service. They're losing internet and television subscribers. All this talk of, oh, cable companies will just gain internet subscribers and gain the growth there has not played out, and I don't think ever will play out the way they thought it will. Obviously, Peacock has not quite connected with its customers. They're raising the price again. I think that's going to come back and probably result in a bigger drop. Now, Comcast has a big plan that Peacock will survive because it's going to get sports, and sports fans will subscribe and pay for it. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to pan out the way they want, because subscribers for sports can just subscribe for the 1 or 2 months that there are a sports game on there when they want. Yeah, they got an NFL game, but just for like a month or 2. They may have maybe one Michigan football game I'll subscribe to for a month or 2. But that's not going to pay the bills. They want me to subscribe for an entire year. The math on that's just not there. We'll have to keep a close eye on this. Mark my word. Things sound good for Comcast now in the big picture. And that, oh yeah, Comcast is one of those companies that will never go away, right? I don't know. I see a lot of red flags with Comcast. Especially with Verizon. We just talked about Verizon's skyrocketing 5G home internet subscriber growth. The growth of independent fiber companies biting into them. Mark my word. In 5 to 10 years, Comcast will not be the company it is today. And I'm not sure NBC Universal can haul Comcast all on its own, because it's facing its own trouble. All right, let's keep moving along. If you are a fan of free ad-supported content, the Roku channel is adding 3 new live channels, including a 24/7 Dr. Phil channel and more. If you want to find all the content, check out the link in the show notes to what's new on the Roku channel over there. As always, Cord Cutter's News strives to have the best coverage of everything happening in the world of free ad-supported services. If you notice anything new or any cord cutting related news, do me a favor. Go to cordcuttersnews.com, click on the Contact Us button. There's a little form there you can fill out. Send us a tip via email. Tips from you are often how we find out things that are happening in the world of cord cutting. We really appreciate your support. Again, if you find anything you think may possibly be news, go to cordcuttersnews.com, click on Contact Us. All emails are read. We get so many we can't respond to all, but check it out there. We'd love to hear your tips. Speaking of which, a tip came in that Plex has launched a new What's On feature for live TV. Now, we talked to Plex. This is a beta test. Only a few subscribers have it. One of our readers did and gave us a tip. And with this, they're testing out a way to properly, give you a better look at what's happening in the world of live TV. A dedicated section to the live TV content available on Plex to kind of help them stand out. Now, Plex is one of the larger, lesser known free ad-supported streaming services out there with live TV channels. They have a ton of them. They've been adding a lot of content recently. And because of that, they've been slowly and steadily growing, and they advertise they have over 1,100 channels worldwide. Now, not all channels are available in all parts of the world, so just because they have a channel available worldwide or in parts of the world doesn't mean we're going to have it here. But you're going to find hundreds of live channels. Problem with that is figuring out what content to watch in that, or finding the stuff, or what the big content. This new What's On section is meant to kind of curate some of their live content from their different live channels to make it easier for you to better find what to watch with the live TV. So check that out. Link in the show notes if you want to find out more about the Plex. If you haven't tried Plex's free ad-supported streaming service, I would recommend you do that. All right, Amazon Prime Video is rolling out a big update to its user interface. One of the complaints it's had is a kind of a confusing user interface. Well, Amazon is slowly rolling out a new navigation system to make finding its content easier, make finding your content easier. It has add-on subscription management. It's the other big thing I think that's going to really people are like. One of the things I love about Amazon Prime Video, I use it for a lot, is to manage subscriptions that often rotate. Paramount Plus is a great example of this. I usually subscribe to Paramount Plus just during a show I want, like new Star Trek Lower Decks. I'm very sad to hear the final season's coming up with that show. Had a good run though. But when that show comes out, a couple quick clicks of the button and I have Amazon. I've subscribed to Paramount Plus through Amazon. When it's done, a few quick clicks of the button and I've unsubscribed, which is really nice. Improved personalization and content clarity. So the other big thing here is they're trying to better personalize the content to you. What's your viewing habits, and can we better serve content that's more relevant to you? That's a big thing, not just with Amazon, but a growing number of companies out there trying to better do that. We'll see how that all plays out, but look for this new content recommendation, content navigation system rollout. Now they say this is going to roll out in the next few weeks. Do you have it yet? What do you think of the new Amazon Prime Video app? Do you think it really is easier to find content or not? I'll put a link to it down there in the show notes if you want to check it out. All right, we may have a new Google TV device out there. 9 to 5 Google spot or got their hands on some images that appears to be a Google TV set-top box. Now, what's interesting here is Google may be moving away from the Comcast name. Comcast has been their flagship streaming player, but this new one reportedly is called the Google TV Streamer. It's a set-top box, more of like an old Roku-style set-top box versus a dongle or a stick that plugs into the back of your TV. Now with this, it's supposed to be a new 4K streaming player. Specs and details are thin, but word has been coming out for some time that this will be a significant jump in power and features compared to the current Chromecast 4K. Now, Google actually has some competition. The Walmart On 4K stream player, actually got one sitting right just off screen here next to me on the table plugged into this TV. It's a very powerful stream player at a similar price to the 4K one. A lot of people have been really liking it. It'd be interesting to see what price point they come in at this. The problem Google has here is with the Walmart On being honestly the 4K Pro, all people need. It's a really powerful stream player for a good price. They're going to have to kind of be able to come in at around $50 to compete with that. They try to say this is a $60, $70, $80 box. I think Google's going to have a very hard time justifying that cost, justifying convincing people to pay that cost versus just get the current Walmart streaming player. We'll have to keep a very close eye on that. All right, let's dive into a question of the day. If you have a question for me, leave me a comment. Start off with something like a question for Luke, so I know it's something you want me to answer here in one of these videos. And I'll do my best to answer them here at Core Cars News, either in the comments or in the video. All right, today's question is diving into everything happening with Amazon's home internet. We get a lot of questions. Amazon has worked on launching a SpaceX competitor service. Well, a few quick details here. Amazon service is still targeting a 2025 launch date, so next year. The launch of the mass-produced satellites to start doing it, it's been delayed to the fourth quarter of 2024. Amazon's going to have to really hustle to get satellites into space. They have a minimum number they have to get up sometime in 2026 to meet FCC rules. I think they'll hit it, but they're going to have to hustle. The big thing everybody wants to know, what is the price? I don't know. No one knows. Amazon probably knows or have a good idea what they want to do. But Amazon says it's going to be competitive. And when they say competitive, they mean cheaper than SpaceX. So I'm expecting this to come in under $100. And I can already see people, well, I live in a city that gets fiber for like $30. Okay, that's great. Millions of people do not. And a sub 100 very fast internet for millions of people who live in more rural areas, love it. I have a family member who has a house, actually not that far outside of a major city, but just far enough outside You're like 20 minutes from downtown in a second largest city in Michigan. But they live just far enough out that they don't get cable internet or fiber. Having SpaceX internet's the best they can do, or 5G home internet if it would ever get out there. So for everybody who says, oh, who cares, I got better options, there's millions of people who care, so keep that in mind. But we don't know the exact release date other than next year. We don't know the pricing, but we do know the speeds will go up to 1 gig, which is pretty impressive. Once we do know, we'll have full coverage over at corecarsnews.com. I'm sorry, I know sometimes you always want me, when I answer questions, I have all the answers. I don't. But I can tell you what we do know. What we know is coming next year, speeds up to 1 gig, will reportedly be cheaper than SpaceX, but we don't know exactly what that will be. So that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, be safe. I'll be back again real soon.